Hello again. Today I want to talk to you about the Van Dyke process, which is another iron-based contact printing method. It's kind of like a cyanotype, which is more common, but it uses different chemicals and has slightly more steps. But the final result is quite interesting and closer to my taste, as I will show you. So this process has been first invented in 1842, which is quite an old method, but first patented as Van Dyke Brown in 1895 in Germany. We need some chemicals to make this, and we need three to make the solution. And this is like I'm looking at my notes, and we need we need uh, 20 grams of ferric ammonium citrate green, which is like the same as the one is used in cyanotype. 5 grams of citric acid. This is, as you can see, look like spice, and it's actually bought from the spice areas in the supermarket. And this together I added in 50 ml of distilled water and mix this well. This is like I make like this like in a plastic cup and using again a plastic spoon. Because some of the chemicals can react in metal, so if you use a metallic spoon you can have problems. And then I use also in a separate bottle I add 5 grams of silver nitrate in 25 ml of distilled water, and then I mix this well. And then on the top of that I added the other solution and add water up to 100 ml. This chemical then I start in a brown bottle, and I keep also like the black bag that came with the silver nitrite, and I keep them in a closed place that I don't frequently open. And that is because the silver nitrite can react with light. And it is quite important to note something. Silver nitrite is not, it can be dangerous. So we have to be really careful before use it. When I'm using the powder, I fully recommend to have like eye protection and a mask, because it's not good idea if you smell it, if you breathe it. And I put it directly on the bottle, so not even to because exactly the amount. I bought it as 5 grams, so to avoid measuring it. And I think it's fun to do whatever we do for photography, but priorities are health. And I find the recipe in this book, which is called Experimental Photography: A Handful of Techniques, but by Thames and Hudson. And it's quite an interesting book. As I was interested in these techniques, I decided to bought it. And it's quite interesting that at the end it has a session for all the chemicals and what's the safety and all the protection we need to take care of. So enough of this theory, and that's just to inform you what is the kind of like process. Once you have this chemical, I take the paper, I paint between 2 and 2.5 ml until I cover my paper, and then allow it to dry. And then, like in cyanotype, I need a digital negative, this is from a digital photo. I will link to you to the video on how I create it, because I have a video on how to make this one if you're interested. And after that, I have my dried coated paper, I have this on the top, and put it like under an infrared lamp for 3 minutes. The setting is again the same as I did in one of my cyanotypes videos, and I can link that also to you if you want to see it. So after these 3 minutes, we have to rinse it, and I rinse it for like in the photography tanks, how it's called, like darkroom tanks. I rinse it for 5 minutes, but in halfway through I take the water out, and you can see like the water takes a milky color because I think some of the metals go, and you can see a small change on the exposed paper. Like the paper is like kind of yellowish when you paint it. After the exposure, it turns darker in the areas that should be darker, and then from the rinsing, it's kind of getting a little brownish. And then after the rinse, we have the fixer, which is like the fixer is a. Let me check the chemical in the book. It's the same I used also in some other techniques. But let me check. So it is sodium thiosulfate, the HIPO, and I simply put like in 5 grams of water. I put like 2 teaspoons, and I mix it well. And then I fix again for 5 minutes, and then I put it back to water to rinse again. There's a bike outside, so maybe you can hear some sound. And I think that's a step. And then after all these rinse, I allow it to dry. And you can see also when you put it on I forgot to say, also there is another change of color when you put it on the fixer. And that's the final thing. And then I want to show you some examples. This is the difference between the cyanotype and the Van Dyke process, and some, like I think also in salt printing, which, if I remember, I will add a link also to this one at this stage. So this, you have to do also the extra step, which is not in cyanotype. And this is one of the images from this process. I quite like this subject because it gives something gold to me. Is another one. I'm not sure if this is the correct subject for this type of processes. Some shop windows. These are from, as I say, from digital photos, creating digital scans. So this is from a shop, candy shop. In the same shop. I hope it's focus well. And then what I did is like I also did some created some like in using an AI tool. I just asked for some line art and it gives me some interesting results, and I created digital negatives and then print it again. This came out quite well and interesting. And when I asked it to make a line art, it came with this cute cat. And I frame it and put it in my wall. And I mentioned again to you, like, that's what makes me happy with all these processes and printing, that I can print something and put it in my wall and makes me happy. So, in summary, today we have gone through the steps for Van Dyke process, what chemicals we need, and quickly go through the process of how we mix them and what is the process of make a print. And also I show you some of the examples. I hope you like it, and I hope I'll see you around again. Have a good day, and if you have any questions or any comments, any feedback, feel free to leave it below. Bye!